Hi, my name is Rintaro. I will introduce about sea level rise. First, I will explain what sea level rise. Sea level rise is rising water level of the sea. Also, sea level rise greatly involved with global warming. Sea level rise is one of the most serious disasters connected with global warming. Second, I will explain the reason that sea level rise caused. 1. By global warming, expansion seawater because of rising temperature of water. The other, increasing seawater because of melting mountain ice, the South Pole and Greenland. In truth, although ice upon the sea melt, water level doesn't rise, but ice upon the land, water level rises. Next, let's see effects of sea level rise. This time, I will introduce from disaster and ecosystem point of view. Some example of disaster are high water, high wave, and abnormal sea level. This photo is high water. High water is abnormally rising sea level and boosting land with high water. About ecosystem, elimination of coral reef and elimination of coastal wetland. In Japanese, researchers say if water level rise 1 meter, 90% of Japanese sandy beach lose. I was so surprised when I see that. From 1981 to 2020, water level rise 87 millimeter. Next, let's see world average of sea level rise. From 1901 to 1990, per 1 year, water level rises 1.4 millimeter. In contrast, from 2006 to 2015, per 1 year, water level rises 3.6 millimeter. From this result, we can guess it sea level rise advances about 2.5 times. Please look at this graph. This graph is transition about water level rise. Vertical line is deepness of water level rise. Horizontal line is time. You can see red line and blue line. In fact, red line is when we couldn't perform solution with regard to climate change. In contrast, blue line is when we could perform solution with regard to climate change. We can see red line is conductive function and blue line is linear function. From below graph and statistics, we can see that sea level rise has accelerated. We have to suppress this accelerated sea level rise. So let's see some tacos of solution. I am paying attention to two tacos. One is reduction of greenhouse gases. The other is planning relocating capital. I will explain about reduction of greenhouse gases. Energy conservation, for example, saving electricity, reduction of CO2 by hybrids and electricity cars. Renewable energy, for example, wind power generation and solar power generation, and reuse and recycle, and so on. Next, I will explain planning relocating capital. In Indonesia, government announced that capital moved from Jakarta to Pulau Kalimantan. But in my opinion, it is a lot of cost and there are many effects to the environment. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.